So hello and welcome. Thank you for joining in today. My name's Nicola and I'll be guiding you through a very gentle Vinyasa flow yoga class. Will be about 30 minutes, which I do hope is suitable for everyone. So if you do have any injuries, please move mindfully and try to modify where possible, but just do what you can in the moment that you're in. So if you find any time it gets a bit challenging, you've moved up to your appropriate edge, just come back a little bit and rest in that space and enjoy. We don't want any discomfort in today's class. Okay, so let's start lying down. So come down in a nice reclined position and let's bend the legs and the soles of the feet to the edges of the mat and let the knees rest down together. And let's just check in for a moment, just arrive and be present. And begin to notice your breath. Try not to change the rhythm. Just notice the in-breath and the out-breath and how the body moves. So as we rest and relax down into this space, let the arms just rest out on the ground. Maybe the palms are facing up. And let's scan the body to see if we can find any tension. So let's start with the toes. Maybe lift them up and then place them down. Relaxing the toes and then the feet and the ankles and the lower legs. Up to the knees. Noticing the sensation where they're touching. And the upper legs. Coming into the hips, the pelvis, the glutes. And just notice your belly now. Let your belly really soft. Let it soften. Notice the sacrum, the base of your spine, anchoring down into the ground. And the whole spine relaxing, the back into the floor. And let's bring our attention to our shoulders now. The shoulder blades anchored into the ground. The upper arms, the elbows. The lower arms, the wrists, both hands and every finger totally relaxed. Let's see if we can lengthen the back of the neck a little more by just tucking the chin in very slightly. And imagining the energy raising up through the back of the neck, into the head and out of the crown. So let's inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth with a gentle sigh. So ready, inhaling. Let's do one more nice cleansing breath. Nice inhale through the nose and out through the mouth. So the next breath, let's count up to 4. So inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. A slow exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now natural breathing now, your own rhythm. And on every exhale, try and soften the body a little bit more so it's really grounded into the floor. So if your eyes are closed, just maybe gently open them now. Let's separate the knees and send the knees over to the right side. So windshield wiper legs, just let them rest there for a moment, no forcing. And just slide the left hand above the head, keeping the arm on the ground if you can. Press through the fingertips and press that knee away from you towards the bottom of the mat. Try and keep the hips down on the ground if you can. Take a nice breath here and then circle the arm over the face and gently let it rest back on the ground and lift the knees back to the center. So let's float the knees over to the left side now. Again, let them rest naturally, no forcing. Just noticing any sensations, if there's any difference from the other side. And let's slide the right hand up now above the head. Let the shoulder remain on the ground. Point through the fingers, activate them, give them a good stretch, and then send the knee down towards the bottom of the mat. Take a nice breath here. And as you exhale, slowly take the arm over the face, rest it back down to the ground, and lift the knees up to the center. Take a breath here, and then exhale, knees to the right. Breathe them up to the center, and then over to the left. So just one more either side, inhaling up, exhaling to the side. Inhaling up and exhaling to the other side. Now bringing the knees back to the center, assisting them up towards your chest. And let's come into 3 big circles, keeping the knees and the ankles nicely together and very slow, and enjoying that massage, the lumbar on the ground. And when you've done 3 circles one way, let's go the other. So maybe inhaling, taking the knees away from you, and exhaling, bringing them close to the chest. And then back to the center. Let's separate the knees now and begin to make smaller circles individually. So the knees come out to the side, lifting up to the chest together, and then send them away. And when you've done 3 one way, let's change direction and do 3 the other. Okay, so we're going to rock up to a seated position, or just make your way up to a nice comfortable cross-leg seat. Otherwise, rock a couple of times, really enjoying the spine, massage on the mat. Try not to go back into the head, and then come up to a nice comfortable seat. Cross-legged if you can, if that's comfortable. If not, just have the legs wherever it is comfortable for you. So nice cross legs, and let's take some inhales, lifting the hands up above the head, and then float them back down. Yeah. So inhaling the hands up above the head, maybe palms touch this time, and exhaling back down. Yeah, great. So combining body movement with breath. So one more. Inhale, hands come up, palms touch. And let's exhale and twist round to the right. So the left hand goes on the right knee, and the right hand just rests behind you. Let the knees heavily anchor down, and just gently see if you can look behind you. Now we're twisting from the thoracic, so which is the upper spine. So gently soften the body on the exhale, and just see if you can get an extra rotation there. Okay, so let's turn to the front, raise the hands back up and twist over to the other side. So right hand on the left knee, left hand behind. Now lift out the waist, try and keep the spine nice and long. And on the exhale, soften the body and imagine rotating from your T6, T7 in your thoracic spine. And the next inhale, let's turn to the front and the hands come up above the head. Lower the left hand to the ground and let's do a lovely side bend over. So the left elbow softening towards the ground. Just let the neck go a little bit. So try not to be too starchy and lift out of the waist. Now keep the body there, float the hand towards the ground, about 3/4 of the way down, and then press through the fingers and notice that lengthening and stretch from the neck all the way down to the fingertips. Maybe a little explore, maybe press through the heel, see if that makes any difference. And then gently bring the body up to the center, left arm in the air this time, bending the right elbow and coming into a side bend this side. So see if we can keep the knees down towards the ground or the sitting bones. Gently taking it easy, nice breathing here. And then float the hand back down about 3/4 of the way till you notice that lengthening in the neck. Again, explore with the hand, maybe fingertips healed, maybe raising a little, maybe down. See what you need today. And then gently bringing the body back up. Now place the hands in front of you and just slide them as far as you can go. So bringing the body over the knees and then rolling onto the knees and coming into your tabletop. So the hands are underneath the shoulders, and look at the fingers for a moment. Make sure they're evenly spread, and let's place the knees under the hips. Now just draw the belly in, so suck the belly in a little bit towards the spine so it gives you a nice neutral back, and really press into the hands and the tops of the feet. A lovely strong foundation here. Okay, so at the moment we're looking at the mat in between our hands. Now let's take a breath in, but now we drop the belly down, still slightly activated, tailbone up, and let's look forward. And as we exhale, draw the belly in and round that spine up towards the sky, dropping the head down, chin to chest, pressing the floor away with hands and feet. So inhale, belly down, tailbone up, look forward. And exhale, rounding the spine, dropping the chin. So one more, inhale. So this is our cat-cow breaths. And exhale, rolling the spine up. Now we continue with our cat-cow breaths, but come into tiger pose. So raising the right foot up behind you, bending the knee. So nice flat sole towards the ceiling. Take a breath in. See if you can raise the foot up a little more and look forward. And as you exhale, arch the back and bring knee to nose. Let's try that again. Inhale, foot comes up, look forward. Exhale, bring it in, knee to nose. Let's try that again. Inhaling, look forward, press the floor away a little with the hands. And exhale, crunch it in, knee towards the nose. Now bring the knee down and slide the right foot off the mat. And then your left foot goes in the bottom corner. So make a little adjustment here. So the hands underneath the shoulder, the knees underneath the hip, and then reach up with the left hand and press down in the sole of the foot. Take some lovely breaths here, in and out. And then let the hand float over the head. So you've got that lovely line here from the fingertips all the way down to the heel. Now you can stay here, or there's an option just to lift that left foot up into the air, about the height of your hip. And you can stay here or add on 3 crunches. So bring the knee towards the elbow and then stretch all the way back out. Bring the knee to the elbow and then stretch all the way out. Pressing through the heel and activating the fingers. One more, inhaling and exhaling, crunch in. And then stretch out and slowly come back into your tabletop. And we come into tiger pose on the other side. So raising the left foot up now. Taking a breath in, lift the foot a little more if you can and look forward. And then exhale, rolling the spine up, sending the knee towards the nose. Inhale, look forward, foot up. Exhale, rounding in. Inhale, foot up. And exhale, round it in. Placing the knee back down, and we slide the left foot off the mat this time and place the right sole in the bottom corner. Raising the right arm up. This is our half side plank. Take a lovely breath in, stretch through the fingers and press into the foot. Now we can stay here, or an option to lift the right foot up about hip height and send the right hand over the head now. Bit of a balance here. So lovely breath in and exhale, let's crunch it in. It's just an option, or just stay into a pose which is suitable for you. So reaching away and then bring it in. So one more, reaching out and exhale, crunching in. So let's reach out first and then come back into our tabletop. And let's place the knees together and the ankles. Take the hips towards the heels and settle down into child pose. Now extend the arms out in front of you. Either have the palms flat on the ground or come up onto the fingertips and send the tailbone towards your heels. Let's take 3 lovely, long, slow breaths here. In and out. And just notice how the body feels. So let's come out of child pose now, back into tabletop. So knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders, and just walk the hands forward a little bit. Pressing down, really make contact, especially with the fingertips and the thumb tip. It takes pressure out of the wrists. Now let's tuck the toes under, send the hips back a little first, press into the feet, lift the knees and send the hips up to the sky. And we're in bent leg, downward facing dog. So nice strong arms, maybe externally rotate them so it hollows the armpits and really makes a nice long back. And let's do some movement here. So any freestyle movement. So you could bend one leg and then the other, sending the heels towards the ground. Now you don't need to have the heels on the ground. It doesn't matter. And if you've got tight hamstrings, just keep the legs bent. Just work with what you've got. So let's raise the right foot in the air. Let's float it behind us. Maybe a little ankle roll. Maybe a point with the toes and then press through the heel. And then send it all the way back down to the ground into our downward dog. And let's lift the left foot into the air now. Float it up, not too high, wherever it's comfortable. And let's circle with the ankle. Maybe point the toes, send it through the heel, and gently send the left foot back down. Okay, let's come back into our 3-legged dog by floating the right foot up this time. Bend the leg and send the hips on top of each other. So you're stacking, and so the heel on the right foot is coming closer towards the hips. Try and keep the arms nice and long. Take a breath here, maybe directing it to the front of the hip. Then square off your hips, come up onto the toes on your left foot and arching the back, roll forward and see if you can place your foot in between the hands now. Coming up onto fingertips, let's pivot that back heel down. Get some strong foundation, press into your feet and slowly begin to rise up, and we're coming into warrior 2. I'm going to turn around and face you. So warrior 2, the front leg is nice and bent, so send the knee towards maybe toe 2 and 3. The back leg's nice and strong. We're pressing down in both feet and the body's nice and central. Just tuck the pelvis under a little bit so you've got no sway in the lower back. Gently raise the arms and just relax. Let the shoulders slide down the back. So let's take a look at the front hand and turn the palm up and then lift it over the head, letting the left hand rest down on the back leg. Circle the arm over the face, bend the elbow and send it towards the knee, lifting the left hand up all the way over the head. Circling the arm over the face, lifting up into warrior two first, and then back into reverse. Circling the arm across the face, elbow to knee, lifting the left arm up, over the head, and then circle the arm over, back into warrior two. Reversing, circling the arm, elbow to knee, extended side angle, circling the arm and coming back into warrior two. Now let's take our hands to our waist and pivot on the back foot, coming up onto the toes. Send the hands down, framing the foot, and slide that front foot back into your plank position. So pressing the palms down, send the energy through the heels, then lower the knees down, release the toes, and now slowly bending the elbows, keeping them close, send the chest and the chin all the way down till they touch the ground. Press into your feet, roll the shoulder blades down and away, and lift up very gently into baby cobra. Exhale, float back down. Let's tuck the toes. Inhale, pressing into tabletop. And exhale into downward facing dog. Now a bit of freestyle movement here. Bending one leg, maybe shaking the head. Maybe inhale through the nose and a sigh through the mouth. Whatever feels good, getting rid of any tension. And then we'll repeat that on the other side. So we're floating the left foot up, bending the knee, stacking the hips, pressing into the fingertips, releasing tension in the wrist, and taking the breath to the front side of the hip. When you're ready now, let's straighten that leg back up, square the hips, come up onto your right toes now, and then arch the back, slowly come forward and step the left foot in between the hands, coming up onto fingertips, press into the feet now, pivot that right heel down, and then come up into your warrior two again. Change direction. Warrior two. So nice strong foundation with the legs, and just let the arms go. They're nice and soft. Yeah, good. Inhaling, lifting the left hand up, over the head into a reverse warrior, circling the arm over the face, elbow to knee, right hand up, side extension. That's great. Arm over the face, lifting back up into warrior two first, and then reverse. Circle the arm, elbow to knee. So you're pressing down in both feet, lifting the right hand up, stretch, circle over the face, coming up to warrior two first, and then reverse. So one more, elbow to knee, extended side angle, and then back into warrior two. Hands to the waist, pick up the back heel, pivot round, face forward, hand comes down, framing the front foot, and then slide it back into your plank. Sending the energy through the heels, sending the knees down and release the toes, bend those elbows slowly, nice and slow, bring the body down. Press the feet into the ground, rolling the shoulder blades back Inhale, lift the head and shoulders, and exhale down. Press into the hands into tabletop. Bring the toes together, the big toes, and come and sit back into wide knee child pose. If that's too much for the lower back, just place the knees together and rest the arms down. And just take 5 nourishing breaths here. And check into the body. How does it feel? Maybe slowing the breath down, maybe the heartbeat if it raised a little. And slowly coming out of child pose. Just come back down into a nice seated position. And slowly curl down. So keep the soles of the feet down. Release the hands either side of the knees. You kind of scoop the pelvis up and under and then roll down. Nice and slow. Great job. And then bring the right knee up to the chest. Send it out a little bit towards the shoulder crease. And slide that left foot away now. So you've got a nice long straight leg with the left leg. And let's assist that right knee over the body into our spine twist. Try and anchor the right shoulder down if you can. Just go to where it feels good. Maybe you're having your right foot just resting on the left leg and your knees just slightly elevated from the floor. That's fine. And breathe into your right rib cage and your waist, your right side. Maybe close your eyes. And just try and breathe your natural rhythm of breath. And soften the body on the exhale. Just let it all go. Now we slowly come out of our spine twist. Very slowly bring the knee back to the center. Place the right foot down and then bring the left foot to meet it first. Square off the hips if you need to. And then let's assist the left knee up this time. Sliding the right foot out. Nice little squeeze up. And then gently send that knee across the body into our spine twist. The aim is to try and keep the left shoulder down to the ground as the knee slides over the body. And perhaps if it's not already one day, coming towards the ground. But you should feel a lovely opening at the front chest on the left side. You'll definitely feel a little bit of compression in the belly. So imagining taking the breath to the left side body and really breathe in to the rib cage, expanding the intercostal muscles. And just take it easy, resting here. Try and let go of anything you don't need. And then we slowly bring the knee back to the center. The foot comes down first. Sliding the right foot to meet it. And just bring the knees to the chest, a little side rock and roll. Or maybe circles, whatever feels good for the lower back. And then we're coming back into our savasana now. So you can either end the way we started, which was bent knees, resting together, soles of the feet down on the ground, or coming into full corpse pose, shavasana, extending the legs, let the toes fall out to the side, arms resting by the side of you, and palms facing up. And let's take one more cleansing breath together. So through the nose and the side through the mouth. So when you're ready, nice big breath in, nice and slow, filling the belly, filling the lungs, all the way up, expanding and exhaling, falling down heavy into the ground. The ground's got you. Just noticing if you're holding on to anything, checking in from the head, the neck, maybe tuck the chin in a little bit, anchoring the shoulder blades into the ground, the whole back feeling supported by the floor, and the hips and the legs, and the feet and the toes all relaxed, and your fingers and your hands, both arms. So the whole body completely rested. Enjoy this space and invite you to stay still if you can with your eyes closed, just for a few moments, and come back to watching your breath. Nice and simple. And just breathing. And when you're ready, take a nice inhale and exhale, nice and naturally. Wiggle your fingers and your toes, a little bit of movement in the feet and the hands. And then bring your knees up to your chest again. That one final self-hug, little rock and roll maybe. And then come over to your right side. Just take a moment before coming up to a comfortable seat. I invite you to keep your eyes closed or just a soft gaze. And rest your hands at your heart space or in your lap or wherever comfortable. And again, just take a moment to notice how you feel. Any difference from the start of the class to now? I invite you to end the class chanting an Om, and that means breathing through the nose. And as we exhale, we make the sound of Om. So on, when you're ready, take a nice breath in. Now, always give yourself thanks for your practice, for taking the time out for you. And let's place our palms together and rest the thumbs at the third eye, the point between the eyebrows. Maybe a gentle bow. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste. Thanks everyone for joining me. I hope you enjoyed my 30-minute class of easy flow yoga. Any message you'd like to leave in, then please do send me a little message, email. Feedback's always welcome. Thanks very much, and I hope to see you next week.